Videograf 10.
10.
20 years in the game.
Ready? Get me like it. Take one.
When did you get started writing graffiti?
You're right. You're right about the questions. When did I get started? When did I get started painting, actually? Early, mid-74, 1974, U.S. time.
You said painting? Were you doing painting before graffiti, before you got into graffiti?
Oh yeah, I've been painting since I was 5 years old. But you know, I never got involved in so much of hardcore painting until, you know, I saw the whole graffiti phenomenon happening in the early 70s. Something that even my sister got involved in.
It was all like oil painting and acrylics, that kind of stuff?
No, you know, I mean, you know, I was painting before in school with basically oils and stuff like that. I never even knew that spray paint was being used as an art medium, you know. And when I started painting with it in 1974, I still didn't think that it would be considered an art medium because I didn't consider it art. It was just like part of a whole movement. So before you knew it, you know, I started finding out about myself and knowing, you know, what was my destiny. And, you know, it worked out from there.
Most writers, they start off as toys, and you know, as they get more experience, they get better. Were you once a toy?
A novice. I consider there's a lot of people got different, you know, descriptions of toys. A toy is, I consider, as a person that is naive to the whole situation and doesn't really know and doesn't want to learn, and is totally inconsiderate about the whole environment around him, you know. Someone that just doesn't want to proceed, you know, be persistent and be consistent. So that's what I consider a toy. I mean, you know, anybody starting, you know, obviously doesn't know all the doodads and tricks and stuff like that, but you eventually learn. It just shows how much you want to, you're determined to, like, you know, get into it more, because, you know, the more you want to paint, the more you have to get into it.
You're famous for doing full card top to bottoms. Did you ever do anything else, like throw-ups or tags or anything like that?
Well, I did. There was a little residue around there, you know, but not so much. I didn't base, you know, I didn't spend my time getting into that kind of activity because it was just a waste of time to me, you know. I always utilized my time whenever I went painting to the full extreme. I went there, I painted what I needed to paint, and I was out. In and out. That's it. Mission impossible, and it was done. No time to be spending there one more, you know, minute that wasn't worth it. You know, because every minute just, counts. So, you know, it's a basically hit and run thing, and you know, you have to utilize your time, manage it at the same time, you know, very strategically, you know. You have to set it up right.
Like how long did it take you to do a full card?
Now that is a question that I've never practically, I never answered. That I keep it quiet because, you know, even to this day, I'm not painting trains anymore. It's been almost 5-6 years that I've done any real major work, and I still don't like to leave certain things. I leave them alone.
Keep it secret, huh?
Yeah, let sleeping dogs lie.
Graffiti changed a lot during the 10 years. Could you describe basically what happened? What kind of changes took place?
Well, the beauty about painting on the subways was that I was able to work with such a spontaneous, ingenious way of painting and exposing yourself to so many people. Me as, I mean, getting into the quote-unquote, you know, mainstream art world, I don't think I would have been able to get as much fame as fast as I'd done on the subways, and so anonymously, you know. That's the fun thing about it. I don't know if I'm gearing away from the question, but you know, just being able to do so much work and be satisfied with it without getting anything in back. It's, the only thing that you get back is self-gratitude, self-response, and eventually from your peers, you know, you get the gratitude and the fame and all that, but I really never was, you know, I wasn't concerned with that all the time. I never paid that too much attention and whatnot. I wasn't looking for that. I guess I was just looking for myself, trying to find the real Lee in me. Who am I and why am I painting? How does the world affect me around me, you know? A lot of my paintings had a lot to do with what I was experiencing around myself at the time. And it's a little touch of knowing a little bit about what art is all about, a touch of the street, a touch of the subway, the boy and his dog, and just wanting to be adventurous, you know, because I've always been an adventurous kid ever since I was, you know, I can remember. I always wanted to build the biggest clubhouses, have the fastest go-kart, and have the most whole cars in 1975, so, you know, that's me. So it's good because, you know, art, there's a lot of exhaust out of it. It's you know, a lot of people go to their grave with kicks up their ass because, you know, they're very talented and they never get to experience or express themselves to the people around them, even to themselves, you know, self-expression. So it's really fulfilling to do something like that and not get anything materialistic back from it.
You're no longer doing graffiti on the trains. What kind of artwork are you into now?
That's funny the way you put that. It never was graffiti. That's a term that people that read dictionaries should believe in, not people that look and experience art as me and thousands and millions of others. It isn't graffiti, it never was. It was art. And just because I used that medium and that kind of exposure at that time shouldn't be discriminated into a form that people always associate with vandalism and wanton acts of stupidity.
But how many pieces did you do in your career while you were writing on the trains, while you were doing art on the trains?
Don't ever tell the MTA this. Don't let them see this. About 125 whole cars.
You said you were trying to find yourself during this period. Did you ever find yourself?
Well, definitely. I know who I am, and I am what I am. I'm an artist. I'm Lee, man, and I'm going to be here forever. And I want my paintings to be here a lot longer than forever.
Bone stop caps. No skinny caps, no tricks. Straight out of the hand, out of the soul. Comes right out of here, man.
See, my light is dying.
It is, man.